My biggest mentor, my biggest influencer was my dad. He passed away when I was 16. He was just a hard worker and an amazing person. So all those qualities I saw growing up. So when he passed away, like I said, it was 16, and I think when you're 16 years old, you're at that age where you're kind of trying to find yourself. So back in 2005, I was young. I seen everybody having motorcycles. So I was like, I'm gonna go get a bike. So one day I was riding basically like down this dirt road. I had the red light going this way and traffic was going this way. I couldn't stop, so I was going into traffic. The last thing I remember is hitting the driver's side of a truck. So they rushed me to the hospital. They had to do emergency surgery within the hour just because I had an open compound fracture. So my bones were literally shattered and were sticking out of my arm. So they literally had to stretch my arm to push the bones back in place to kind of get them set. It was a tough experience for me because I lost mobility in my right arm. Like even if you look now, I'm very limited on this arm. It took about a good year to kind of regain everything back and go through all those things and go through mobility work and, try to regain strength, regain muscle. And then after that, once I was kind of cleared, I saw, fitness and bodybuilding as a passion. I kept my helmet for a while. I actually kept it in my living room and I looked at it. And anytime I had a bad day, anytime, I was like, I don't want to do this or I don't want to do that, or just little things that we tend to, it's human nature to complain about. I looked at the helmet and was just like, I gotta appreciate my life. My brother actually joined the U.S. Navy. I seen what he went through during like my middle school, high school years, and I was like, well, I don't want to do the Navy. I know that's for sure. Coast Guard was mentioned to me. One of my buddies was gonna do it, so it kind of stayed in the back of my mind. But I was like, I'll think about it. I went and talked to a recruiter, and long story short, I enlisted at the age of 18. I'll have 14 years in May, and that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm going on 11 years lifting, so when I reported on board, I reported stocky, fit, cut. So they were like, hey, we have a great fit for you type thing. I was qualified as the unit personnel health promotion coordinator. We have semi-annual weigh-ins, and that's really big because if you get 3 consecutive failed weigh-ins, you get separated, you get processed for discharge. So on the boat, I was pretty much in charge of, working with people on their diets, on their nutrition, and create a plan that was personalized to them. So then also, when we were out in the middle of the ocean, training equipment is very, very limited. However, we have this nice big old flight deck. So when we didn't have a helo on board, I set up like a 12 to 14 station circuit workout, and I led the circuit workouts in the middle of the ocean, and everybody loved it. I did it every day. For me, that's a way for me to give back. Listening to somebody taking what you told them and saying, hey, I'm seeing the changes in my own body for the better. That's what it's all about. I'm able to do positive things in my life. Am I perfect? No. Have I made a lot of mistakes? Yes, I've made a lot of mistakes. However, my goal in life is to just try to move forward. Like I was put on this earth for a reason. I was meant for something bigger. I had a purpose. I'm able to be here now talking to you. I'm able to have a military career, raise a family. And with my story and what I've been through, I feel like I can relate to a lot of people. So when I do kind of talk to people and let them know, like, hey, if you mess up, it's not, are you gonna stay down? But it's about how quickly you get up and move on.